So best friends got each other's back. We used to cruise around with a bass to the max. Everyone in school, while I was in the lab, cooking up some beats that would turn into tracks. High school chillin', I was on a mission. I had bigger dreams of being a musician. Teachers always talked, but I couldn't seem to listen. I lived in a fantasy land, they called it fiction. But I was gonna be big one day, playing shows on the road to a sold out stage. Nobody really cared or believed I would make it anywhere close, I would fail and fade. But that's cool, I love that, cause any little doubt gives me energy back. And now, I'm in a place where I'm glad I never gave up on the dreams I had. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. Yeah, let's go. So if you want something big, you gotta swing fast, swing hard and commit. You might miss 10 times, but when you hit, just make sure that you get all of it, okay? People at the top took risks. Investing and testing is all that they did. It's not complicated, it just takes grit. So never give up, take a swing at it. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Pick and Roll Podcast, episode 151. I'm here with my guy Blaze Radio. Rio should be joining us soon. How you doing, Blaze?
Champions, we're the champions. My new team is the champions.
You know who's gonna be mad that they won? Halftime. Halftime's gonna be mad. So guys, I think you noticed that we're not live on Hardcore Sports. We gotta fix the StreamYard, the plan will be back on there for next week, hopefully. So let's just get right into it, man. Who's your player of the week? I know mine is.
I don't have one. Jalen Brunson.
That was mine. That was mine.
Figured if he won that game, I didn't even get to see the game, to be honest. So I got to see highlights and stuff, but
yeah. You don't have Amazon. I thought you had Amazon Prime.
No, I just didn't watch it.
Okay. But yeah, Jalen Brunson, he's the MVP of the NBA Cup. Did you hear what he said before he got asked the question? He was acknowledging his teammates or whatever. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that part.
Cool. Yeah, more of that. More of that.
More of that, yeah. We need that more in basketball. You see that a lot in the NFL, but you don't see it a lot in NBA. So I'm glad my God, Brunson did that. And here's another thing too. Brunson is a winner. I mean, going back to his college days at Villanova, he has 2 championships in Nova. The guy has a great mindset. He's a great role model for all basketball players in the NBA and across the world.
Are you saying he's a wiener?
I did. I did say that he's a wiener. But you agree with me on that?
Yeah. I like Jalen Brunson. I got no complaints about him. I mean, until he does something make me not like him, I have no reason not to like him. Not like him,
I mean, look, he started out in Dallas. They got rid of him. He went to New York. They built a whole Nova team pretty much. It's like Nova Knicks, and now they're winning the NBA Cup. They're the Are they the favorite coming out of the East?
We said that at the beginning of the year. I'd still say, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like the records might switch it around a little bit, and you can argue a couple other teams, but I'd say because they've been there a little bit for the past year, it's not like some other. I can't buy for some reason Orlando, Cleveland, or Detroit. Like, I mean, one of them might come out of the East. I don't know, but I don't think they have a chance in hell against like 6 teams in the West if one of those 3 teams make it.
I'm telling you, in the West, it's the Thunder, and that's pretty much like it's Thunder, then it's everybody else, pretty much.
Yeah,
even though they lost to the Spurs.
You can't discount the Spurs. Can't discount a lot of teams in the West, man.
Yeah, but the Thunder only have 2 losses.
It only takes a couple in the playoffs and you're out.
Yeah,
Stephen A. Smith for that Bulls record. I see it. We'll see.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith going nuts. We kind of saw that coming.
Don't care. Don't watch it.
I don't watch Stephen A. as much anymore. Knicks won the chip since 1971. I don't know if you heard about this, but they're not raising a banner. They announced they're not doing it.
I was just about to say that. At least they're not. I mean, at first I was like, as a purist, I'm like, yeah, you only want to raise the banner for the real championships. But if it's a team that hasn't won anything or something, or they want to raise the banner, go raise the banner. Well, I mean, it's still a tournament. It's still something to shoot for. At first, I was a little like, I mean, it's up to the team. I mean, the Lakers and the Bucks last 2 years have done it, and they've gotten shit for it because, it's a fake championship. And I think it's the last 2 or maybe 3 are first-round exits after winning the Cup. Which I don't draw anything into that because it's a different team, different year, different opponent. So you can't really. I don't like using that excuse because that's too much of a stretch. It's like the last 2 champs lost in the first round. Well, it's different teams. They beat different teams. They're in different years, different players. There's too many differences. But I get it.
Yeah, I kind of like it because they're saving it for the future finals victory. That's what they're planning on doing. So I kind of get it. Like, this is not as big compared to that.
I'd rather not hang it. There's other places in your facility you can put the trophy and the banner for that. There's glass cases and stuff around in the offices and stuff. You can find a place to put that. I think the sanctuary of the rafters should be the big championships. That would be me. But like I said, just flipping the coin. If it's a team that's never won anything and wants to throw something up in their banner and they win the midseason tournament, give it to them. It's not going to hurt anybody to do it. People will get butt hurt like they had the last 2 years, but no matter what you do, people are going to get butt hurt.
Yeah, especially for all the alcohol. Like they were cheering like they won something last year and 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean that's another thing. Even like when teams win the pennant to go to the postseason, not winning the postseason, they do the champagne. And it's like if you win to go to something, you're champagne. And I was the old school type too, where champagne should be the final thing. Like you're not playing anymore after that. You're done. You made it. You won it all. That was the whole meaning behind going ape shit and throwing shit around and, is because you don't have to practice for another game. If you're celebrating and you're like, you still got to go to the playoffs, that doesn't make sense to me.
No.
I mean, I get it.
Like
it doesn't make sense. The same idea.
I like it because of the mindset. Like I said before, that's like the only reason I like it. But let's say they don't get it anytime soon. It's just like you kind of want it up there. The last time the Knicks won anything was back in '71. So
that's not this team's fault. I mean, over the years, the franchise sucks. I mean, I go back to the Lions and the Browns of the NFL that never won a damn thing, and party feels bad and party says fuck them if they're your rivals, But it's like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a preference of the team, and like I said, people are going to complain no matter what you do. So I get raising it up there. I get not raising it up there. I respect either way. I mean, like we've talked about this since it started. Good basketball in December, like quality even other players were posting I think even Maxey posted something on X saying, look what a competitive game that was last night. Like really good basketball early, because no matter what, you flash any type of championship in front of someone who's a real competitor, they're going to raise their game.
Yeah. And that's what the Knicks did. The Spurs kind of crumbled towards the end. They were ahead for 3.5 quarters and lost.
But not hanging it also sets the standard. I mean, that there is an ultimate goal, like you said. You want the big banner up there. But the guy I mean, and I know we'll give it to Brunson, but the guy I keep seeing in the stats in the highlights that I think is being swept under the rug, but he is arguably has to be one of the best players in the game, and that's Castle. He just had a double-double. He's consistently doing it. I mean, we forget 2 years ago, Wemby won Rookie of the Year, right? And then Castle won it. We forget he's the Rookie of the Year.
I know.
Like, I mean, he's like flying under the radar because of bigger names and because of Wemby's on his team. But this dude, every time I look at a box score, hardly ever disappoints. Like it fluctuates like anybody. But I mean, he had a double-double in that game. So he brought it. I mean, 12 points or 15 and 12, something like that. But that's amazing. You won in not even your first, arguably, maybe not your second best player. But I think he needs to be talked about more. What do you think about Castle?
I love Stefan Castle ever since he came out into the NBA. I'm telling you, this guy has it. He was always up there as like the best rookies for years to come, and he's proving it night in and night out. And the Spurs are great to have him. They have Dylan Harper. They have Wemby, etc. They were in the conversation, or the Spurs were in the conversation to trade for Giannis, right? I don't think they should, because look at the guards that they have in Castle and Harper. I don't think they should. I think they're right. I think they're right where they are.
Kind of similar to how I feel about the Knicks. I think, do people look at it face to face and say Giannis is an upgrade to Cat? Yeah, but who's to say Cat isn't a better fit that's already playing well with the team? Then you bring in Giannis and you're losing not only Cat but other players. Same thing. I don't really think the Spurs need him. I mean, we've talked about messing with chemistry all the time on here. It's like, and you got a team that's winning. Why do you really need to shake the tree unless you're finding bench players or position players to help you out in the long run? That's a different story. But if you're going to overhaul your team and you're in first, second, or third place in your conference at this point of the season, what are you doing?
Right.
But we're going to hear a lot of trade talk coming up. I just heard my boy Michael Porter Jr. is on the trading block now.
I just saw that too. About time, actually. Well, not about time, but yeah.
There's going to be teams that now have a if and or scenario with him. Before, they only had how he played at Denver really to look at, right? And he was always Jokic, Murray, all these other guys, and Porter never lived up, and he always had mistakes, and he had injuries. He comes to the Nets, who doesn't have a lot of firepower, but he's doing damage and consistently putting up big numbers, like dropping 35 or 42 and shit. I mean, it kind of makes that toxicity, which we talked about earlier in the season, kind of go away when you produce on the court. It goes away a little bit. Like, people are willing to take some if you're putting up 35, 40 points.
When you're doing that on the court, no one really cares, like, off the court stuff, unless it's like very big, unless it's like you can't get away from it.
If they're bringing it on the court and there's starting to be problems on the court too, that's another issue. And I heard Cam Thomas might be moved too, and that's what else would they have left if they got rid of both of them? Podziemski, who is just a role player for the Warriors, but he's on the trading block. I saw too, which could be a valuable bench piece for some team. And where's Chris Paul going to go? I mean, we talked about it last week. If he latches onto a team at all, he's trying to work with the Clippers now, from what I hear, to get some kind of trade or release or something so he can try to play or something. Kings too. Kings up. Malik Monk is on the trading block. I'm a big UK guy. I love Malik Monk. Now, I got to think the Michael Porter Jr. way. Would I rather Malik Monk, a player I really like, going somewhere where he would be Porter with the Nuggets behind 3 or 4 people, or Porter with the Nets where he can be number one? Like, would I want Monk to go somewhere shitty where he can have a chance to show he's better than just being a 6-man? Or would you want him to go somewhere like he's a valuable piece either way? He might be one that can jump another level if he has the opportunity, but he's still a good bench piece. I mean, he's always fighting for like 6-man of the year for a while each year when he has an opportunity. And those are great examples, Iverson. Teams I just mentioned for these two teams. Cavaliers I'll throw in there too, because last year they basically had the same team. How do you think you're going to go further?
Probably Giannis.
See,
I'll take I'll take Giannis
even
over
though
them.
I'm UK and AD and Cat are both UK, I love Giannis's game. I always have. But there's an argument for prime AD too. Like picking him 4 or 5 years ago, he was pretty dominant.
Yeah. Like you cannot say otherwise. But back to the Clippers real quick, because Chris Paul was having a holiday party. He invited all of them. None of them showed up.
I kind of felt bad, but I mean,
damn, man,
you're talking about
really?
disruption when you're not talking to your coach and you're trying to dictate, hey, there's problems in this organization and I can fix it and I'm going to point it out and I'm going to continuously remind you what you're doing wrong. I mean, I love Chris Paul and I don't think he's really at fault, but you'd think an organization that knows him that well would know that's Chris Paul. He's going to do that. But I feel like they had enough of it. They're like, all right, we get it. We're not doing well. But guess what? You're not the owner. You're not the GM. You're not the head coach. And I think Chris Paul wanted to be a little bit of all that.
Yeah, but you got to put, respect. Chris Paul is arguably a top 5 point guard of all time.
I was going to say, at the same time, you want, if there is going to be someone who wants their word in ownership and GM and coaching, it would be someone like Chris Paul. Like he has that rep. I mean, I'm not knocking his rep, but I'm just saying, put yourself in the corporate standpoint. You're already trying to rebuild this team and figure something out, and it's falling apart. Now you got one of the players who aren't playing that much, arguing with the coach and arguing with the management and trying to tell us how we should do things. Whether he's right or wrong, it doesn't matter because it's a disruption. Otherwise, they wouldn't have got rid of him, right? Because we're talking about like you said, a really respected player and former president of the Players Association. So he's had that power.
Again, like I said before, I put more blame on the organization because you have Chris Paul giving it everything that he's got. And you knew what kind of player Chris Paul was going to be when you brought him back.
Yeah,
so
I think
the Clippers kind of did it.
They might have had enough. I don't know. But it's a good question. Look at what they said in the chat. Like Michael Porter Jr. has the problems in the past, right? Would you want to take on something like that with a lot of points and could be very good, or total opposite? Chris Paul, he could be a great asset. But would you? I mean, those are two complete different scenarios. But I think they could be valuable for somebody.
But if I had to pick, I would pick Chris Paul because of the veteran leadership, because of the top 5 point guard of all time. Yes, Michael Porter Jr., he's the future of a franchise. So if you want to rebuild a franchise like what the Nets are doing, I still don't know why they want to trade him, but
he's finally got value.
Yeah.
And he also might be one where they're like, listen, maybe we don't want to risk you as much because you can't shut your damn mouth outside of the game.
Yeah.
And it could be a detriment to the team if it gets really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel so bad for Chris Paul. I don't think anyone's going to take him. I don't if I was Chris Paul, I would be like, screw you.
But I mean, we can't
doing this my own.
We can throw assessments out. We can say whatever we want and think what we know, but we don't even know what was said, what the arguments were. Like, for all we know, Chris Paul went in and MF'd everybody and told them he was going to burn down their houses or something. We don't know. It could be horrible, but the blame is on both. It's just a bad scenario, and I don't know. I mean, once again,
do you think Chris Paul had anything to do with the trees with Kawhi Leonard?
I don't care. See, that's where it gets to a point where I don't care. It's like
right. I'm right there with you. I would take making a joke.
No, and I'm with the joke because that's where the point of it's like I'm sick of hearing about the stupid Clippers and Chris Paul and their dysfunctionality. I don't give a fuck whose problem it was or whose fault it was, really. It's sad to see a legend get treated like that. It's sad to see a legend act like that and not know just to sit back and chill and enjoy your retirement run. So yeah. I blame both, but at the same time, the organization fumbled it big time.
Mm-hmm.
And now what can they do? But just like you said, though, they got to want to rebuild.
Yeah.
They tried, Bradley Beal and Kawhi and Harden. You think they want to keep getting old players? So it's like, why would they want to hold on to Chris Paul when he's done? I don't know.
It's the Clippers. It's just the Clippers. And then they Paul, and I disagree. It's the
Wouldn't be a
Rockets.
bad place though.
It's the Rockets.
I wouldn't mind Rockets either. I wouldn't mind Indiana. There's a bunch of places he can go.
Philly, get rid of Kyle Lowry.
No, but I'll tell you who I would not get rid of right now, and it's Paul George, and it's for a very good
Oh
reason.
my God, yes, I definitely agree with you
This
on
is
that.
what we
The last 5
wanted
games.
last year, Mitch. This is what we were hoping, that the injuries wouldn't be a problem, and we could get this Paul George.
Yeah, if we get this Paul George consistently, I'm all for it. Like, I am all for it. And then you got to give credit to Dominic Barlow as well.
Oh, he's
I mean,
amazing.
Dominic Barlow's been consistently good this whole
Yeah.
season, and he's a two-way player. It's crazy. I love
Yep.
the way the Sixers are looking right now.
Yep.
Yeah, CP3 is washed.
Yeah, I mean, when someone announces their retirement in the middle of the season, I think he knows he's washed. And he hadn't even played for. Yeah, coach, the champs, baby, hang the banner. Yeah, hang the banner. Don't be pussies.
they-
Hang the banner.
Do they still suck, Coach? Do they still suck now?
He'll play it off. I know he'll play it off.
It's PG. The knee is on borrowed time.
Hey, why not enjoy it while you have it? When a player that we had high expectations for, he's starting to show a little bit of old PG. We only need it as a compliment. I've said it for weeks. Don't need PG, don't need Embiid. But if they're going to produce when they need to in this carousel of starting lineups in the NBA, you're going to need that in the long haul. Everyone knows it's Maxi's team now. That's the difference between last year and this year.
Yeah. And here's another thing, too. Paul George is upping his trade stock. Come on, get him out. I just want that contract
No, I
gone.
mean, that's also a good thing. I mean, that's a better opportunity at the end of the year if you're going to unload him to get prepared to pay some of these young kids whenever these other contracts come up. That's a huge one to unload. If someone says, hey, Paul George could help the Rockets win a championship and be an extra gunner coming off the bench, who knows?
Yeah. So Dark Lubin has the Sixers going to the playoffs. Yes, he
I
did.
do too.
I know you do. I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
I don't know.
The Knicks always stink. My poop smells better than the Knicks team.
I don't want to know why you're sniffing your poop.
I don't know either. I don't know either. But hey, the Sixers are in a great spot right now. The last 5 games by Paul George, it's been incredible.
Yeah,
Gotta
I mean, and
respect it,
you're gonna deal with this guy's out, that guy's out. You know, we've dealt
Yeah.
with Maxi's out, Oubre's out, Embiid was out, PG was out, this guy's out, that guy's out. That's you know, if you can survive through a this guy's out, that guy's out, and you know, we got 4 knees that are really bad for the old men that are making $1 billion gazillion dollars. If we get to the end of the season and they are healthy, look out.
Yeah.
You know, and I heard that from Coach Ed too, and I'm with him on it. It's not just because I'm a Sixer fan, because I'll tell you when I think they don't have it. But with an Embiid clicking every once in a while, with a PG who can do that every once in a while, I'm not asking for 30 a game. I'm not asking for double doubles. These are seasoned veterans who've played MVP style ball or MVP and can still contribute when healthy. But we don't need them all the time. That's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm.
We can get the 4 young horsemen of McCain, Maxey, Edgecoat, and Grimes. That's amazing.
Yeah. And Dark Lumen says I like the Sixers against any team in the East playoffs except for Detroit and New York.
Yeah, I see that because right now,
Yeah,
Detroit,
I see that too.
really well.
Milwaukee's falling off.
But the thing with Detroit is it's going to be a true test for Cade Cunningham, and I really like what he's doing this year. But just like we talked about with all these other teams, when they get there, if you're a big man, your best player isn't a closer. We saw that with Donovan last year in Cleveland. He wasn't a closer, or they had people injured. That's another thing. If you're banged up in the postseason, that's when things can really fall apart.
Boston will.
Jaylen Brown is balling out. He's scoring 30, 35, 40. He's
wait for Tatum to get back by the All-Star break.
What he needs to do with Tatum out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Jaylen Brown needs to carry that team and show, hey, it wasn't just Tatum getting us there. I was arguably the best player for most of the time, too. So, yeah, the Celtics are definitely a team to be mentioned. Plus, here's another thing you don't think about the Celtics. they've had postseason success, a little bit of it here and there. They know
Yep.
how to win in the postseason, even without a player like Tatum. They're a team that's well coached too. So mentality when it comes to the playoff run, I'm confident in the Celtics being prepared, which sometimes goes a little further in the postseason. Me either, RQ. Me either.
Yeah, with Cleveland, they have a good front court. I love their front court. They got Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, but they can't get over the hump.
If I was
Pause.
Cleveland, I would do whatever I could to get Giannis, because that's the difference. You keep Mobley, maybe get rid of Garland, because they've done decent without Garland, but he's valuable. Get rid of Garland, get rid of some picks, get rid of somebody else. Keep your main two. Keep Donovan, keep Mobley. They've got other pieces, but if they
Dorian George is Niang in there. Oh wait, he's not even on the Cavs.
if they could pull that off, that would be a type of move where now you got a closer. Now you got someone who people are going to fear late in the game when it's close in the postseason. Right now, nobody's scared of Donovan Mitchell. Nobody. And I love his game. I'm not.
So nobody's scared of me? Wow.
Nobody's as scared of you now. But I'm just saying, I love his game. I don't want to knock him at all.
Right.
It can be a 4-team trade regardless, Iverson.
Yeah.
If it happens, because there's, he might be
hard
there for another year.
It would have to be a 3 or 4 team trade.
Yeah,
it has to. Like, that's just common sense. And then Coach goes, bring back the Supersonics with the glove in the rain, man. Apparently, there's going to be something about the expansion team being done in 2026 or something.
I thought there was 2 of them coming around, and I thought pretty much Seattle and Las Vegas are pretty much locks to be the next 2. What's up, SGA?
Paul George and Embiid for Giannis.
It would, but they would be.
I'm sold.
The Bucks fans would go absolutely berserk. They would be like, "What are we doing?"
Let's say Giannis does get traded, right? Who will, if you don't get, you're obviously getting a superstar. Who will be like the number 2 option?
Whoever they
Bobby
draft,
Portis?
whoever they draft next year, hoping they're going to be a star. They're going to rebuild. They lose your mega star like Giannis, it's a rebuild.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. Thunder are in a tier of their own. Nuggets and Rockets are in a tier of the West.
And when you have, once again, Nuggets, Jokic, Rockets, now Durant, they have those guys that can step up late, carry a team, close people out. Same thing with Luka.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. The Sixers would love to do that, but the Bucks would be dumb to even, think about that. But money-wise, you're correct. It would work out.
Anything will work out. Just get rid of Embiid. Get rid of Paul George. Get rid of Kyle Lowry. Get rid of Eric Gordon.
I'm not one of these guys that's going to come out and say, because Embiid dropped, 39 or whatever, and then PG's playing. I'm not going to come out and say, oh, now they're going all the way because those 2 are back. No, they're still pieces to the puzzle. If those 2 can play that way every once in a while, it still all relies on Maxey to me.
Do you see the Sixers making a trade by the All-Star break?
If they do, it would probably be, and I hate to say it, I'd hate to lose like a Barlow or one of these guys who are balling out to try to do something different, because I don't know. McCain could be someone.
It's McCain. I feel like it's going to be Jared McCain.
Because his ceiling could be a lot higher. We saw at the beginning of last year. But that is, unfortunately, I want to see all 4 of them play together. But if you're going to get rid of one of them, you're losing Grimes after this year for money more than likely. Edgecombe and Maxey are the 2 you have to keep together.
Yeah.
I think for the future to build around if you're going to keep going.
The thing with McCain is that he hasn't been the same after those 2 injuries. He's been getting baskets here and there, but
sometimes it might take longer than you expect. I mean, I wouldn't put it past any professional to finally click and be back to what he was. And yeah, we're not seeing it right now, but we did see some, glimpses of it when he starts to get hot and stuff like that. But it's like, is that enough to get value for him? I mean, he's only a year in, you know what I'm saying? He's not, he's someone who could continue to get better and better and better too. So I might have a hot take.
I'm right there with you. I'm a big McCain fan, but if anyone gives me value for him, I'm fine with it. Like Grimes has been leaps and bounds better than Jared McCain. There are times where Nick Nurse will play Kyle Lowry more than Jared McCain. There is something there
Maxey's
that
out or Edgecombe's out. I see why he does that. I don't like it either, but it's Grimes. I feel confident when they give him the ball late. I don't
I
mind
do
it.
too.
Like, it's good to have that guy too that's not one of your top players, but also a closer. Like Grimes has shown late, he's shot with confidence, whether they're down big, down little, or tied. You like having that because if it's always going to Maxey, like if it's always going to Giannis, always going to Luka, if you don't have that other guy, it might not work as well. So I like having someone who can knock them down, and I got confidence in Grimes.
I really do. I have so much confidence in Grimes right now. He's going to get paid somewhere else. Hopefully, he's going to get what he deserves because he proved me wrong. He proved you wrong. Remember how Grimes wanted 25, 30 mil? And now it's just like, he's not worth that. Maybe he is.
Yeah.
Not quite, but
I give him a lot
close.
of credit, though, because like we said, he balled out when the stars weren't there, so someone had to. But he's proven now that wasn't a fluke, that he can do that even with Maxey blowing up or Edgecombe blowing up or someone else blowing up, and he can do a good game right beside him, and that's huge for a team trying to compete.
Yeah. Quentin Grimes is definitely for the Sixers that they need to keep. If they do make a trade, I hate saying this, it's McCain. It's Jared McCain.
Because of his
and
upside,
I hate
man.
it. I know.
Because we already have like an Edgecombe and a Grimes for at least this year. And I'm right with you, dude. I'd rather not, because I think McCain can develop to be, if not, I mean, why not have 3 knockdown shooters that are dangerous instead of 2 on the court at the same time? You can still have Grimes coming off the bench.
Grimes is better off the bench, in my opinion. So that's why we need to keep him. I feel like he's better off the bench.
That's kind of contradictory to what we just said. We're going to give him the credit. We have to give him the credit. Last year, he did it when he was a starter.
Right.
This year, he's doing it as a 6th man, as a bench player. I agree. It's very valuable off the bench to see it. But I don't know. My tune's kind of changed on that. I think he can not carry a team, but close and start and do that too. Like, I really think he can do both, which I wouldn't have said that beginning of the year. Like, he's impressed me.
Yeah, Grimes has impressed. Barlow has impressed me. A lot of these guys, Justin Edwards, Dan Bona has impressed me. They're both actually been sent down to the G League. So,
which, they do it every once in a while, bring them back up. That's, let the management do their thing. It's not a bad thing to keep them down there playing so they stay warm. I mean, it's all about health. And you could say that coach said it for his team. Everyone says that for their team. It's what it's all down to is health. I mean, unfortunately, we have a team that have players that have been hurt a lot.
Actually, Kelly Oubre and Watford are back on the courts doing the activities now. So we might get them. We're going to get them back, which is huge. We're missing Oubre. We're missing Watford. Well, not as much Watford, but
I'm always a glass half full type of person, which is opposite to most Philly fans. But I like to say that, they are showing us, because of the detriment of not having Maxey or not having Embiid and Paul George last year, not having, if we had a healthy Paul George and Embiid last year, Maxey would have never broke out. You know what I mean? Like, there's such give and take. We wouldn't have been in a position to get Edgecombe because we would have probably been in a postseason and out in the first or second round. So it's like, yeah, that happened. But if that wouldn't have happened, Grimes wouldn't have stayed here. He might have went somewhere else if that wouldn't have happened, because he got that opportunity late last season. So, like, the pieces are ugly, but it still makes a puzzle.
Yeah, it definitely.
Right now, if you got to be excited. I mean, you see the detriment. You see that, oh, well, this guy's out now, and it brings you down as a fan of that team. I get it. So I don't have any reason, for Philly fans to be distraught about rooting for their team because of what they've dealt with for the past few years. But you got to see the light at the tunnel right now with these players and realize, even more so now, if they can stay healthy, we're not just competing. They're a dangerous team.
Yeah. That one got Edgecombe. We didn't tank. We just were injured.
I mean, it was also a very lucky draw. If you would have tanked, we wouldn't. If we would have fully tanked, we wouldn't have gotten Edgecombe because it would have been a different name getting pulled.
Yeah. Like maybe we would have got Ace Bailey. I'm kind of glad we didn't get him now.
Yeah, it's me too. We were wrong. I'm glad to be wrong.
Yeah, James Harden is out.
Who won in fantasy last week?
You did. I was on a 4-game losing streak. Now
Who
I'm back.
did I beat?
You beat me. Good for you. We're tied 1-1.
I'm the chance, like the Knicks. I'm gonna hang a banner for beating you in week 7.
Hey, I got Wemby back now. I got Curry back. I got my players back. Just saying.
I paid Wemby and Curry to be out last week so I could beat you.
Wow. All right. Iverson's against my Thunder. Yep. There is a comment here I wanted to bring up. If the Bucks do not trade Giannis, they will end up getting Cam Thomas and MPJ in a deal with the Nets. The Nets actually beat the Bucks.
That's the other story that I'm hearing and reading a little more recently is that the Bucks are going to make moves again. Like we heard this before when they went out and got Dame and other things. It's like now I'm hearing it's kind of like before last couple weeks we're like, oh, it looks like Giannis is getting traded. Now, granted, we've never heard him ask for a trade. Never has he said anything about wanting a trade. The team is denying they want to trade him. So this is all speculation from fans and media. It makes sense for them to trade him. But you know what else makes sense?
What?
To keep him and try to bring in a couple of stars next to him. Because you immediately compete if you bring in those two players like that. Immediately because you got Giannis.
It's a win-win. It's a win-win for me last night. Knicks win and Dylan played well. He's going to be a problem in a year or two. The whole Spurs backcourt is going to be a problem. The whole Spurs franchise is going to be a problem.
Yeah, we said earlier, Coach, before you got here, and I said it, I think that Stephon Castle is definitely not getting enough talking about that he deserves too.
Yeah.
And yeah, people like Harper, people like Bailey, some of these other young guys, we've seen that with foreign players a lot. They'll come over, get drafted real high and be like, whatever happened to that dude? And then 2 years later, they finally – get it acclimated and they're like, oh, that dude, hell yeah. He's awesome, so it happens.
So that brings up to my next topic. Are the Spurs not ready for the spotlight? Because they were in the lead. They were in the lead to the fourth quarter, then the Knicks took over and won.
We forget that Fox has had a little bit of success in the playoffs.
Yes.
Not with that team, but he can do it too. I think so. I'm thinking about them compared to how I was looking at the Cavaliers last year, right? And I kept saying they're frauds. It's tough for me to say that with the Spurs.
Yeah.
Like they can do what the Cavs did and do really well all year. And you're like, oh, it's them. And with the Cavs, I was like, but who's closing out the games? Who's going to be the go-to guy all the time? I love Spider, but he proves he's not the guy. Down there, I don't have the same feeling. Like it's like Wemby or Castle, Fox, somebody would do well enough. But you're right. They haven't proved themselves in the playoffs yet. So we should be very skeptical of a team because that's one thing in NBA history that pretty much always kind of stands true. You hardly ever see a team come out of the blue and just win 4 titles or something. They're like not far. It was with the Pistons before they did, the Bulls before they did, even back with the Sixers before they did, they, got close and then you finally get there. That's normally how it works. So I can see the Spurs like making it to the Western Finals, taking the Thunder to 7 and losing, and I don't think that's a bad thing for them. If they get further than the Rockets this year, that's a big win for the Spurs.
Yeah. Yeah. And Iverson brings up another good point. They have a rookie head coach. That's another thing as well. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't really pay as much as other people do with how tenured a coach is or something. I pay more about what type of atmosphere is he going to bring in, what kind of culture is he going to bring in, because whether they listen to their coaches or not, the coaches dictate what kind of atmosphere is going to be with that organization.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are young. They are ready to play the Thunder. And yeah, they're just young. It's growing
That's
pains.
the
That's
attitude you
basically
gotta
what it
have.
is.
When you're winning like they are, big games like that and shit, you gotta have that attitude. Yeah, we're here, we're ready, and there's nothing at the same time. There's nothing saying that they couldn't be when you got an anomaly like Wemby and another rookie of the year. We're not talking about enough in Stephon Castle. You have a floor general like Fox. You have a lot of players. They're not just one, but they are very young. They're unproven.
Yep. They're definitely unproven. And here's another thing too. Wemby came off the bench last night.
Yeah.
He
They-
came off the bench.
They could be a team that gets to the Western Finals. They could be a team that's out in round one.
Yeah. That's anybody in the West, though. That's anybody in the West. The West is that competitive.
Yeah, but I'm just saying because the Spurs haven't consistently been there the past couple years, like they're new to the dance. Like we know the talent, we see it. But let's face it, they beat the Thunder this time. Are they going to beat the Thunder in a 7-game series with the Thunder having a home court advantage
No.
at the end of the year? No. Not the way the rate is now. They could, but I mean, if you do 10 7-game series between the Spurs and the Thunder, all healthy, Spurs might win 3 out of 10. I mean, they can beat them. They just proved it. So we can't say they can't beat them.
I like what the Spurs are doing, what the Thunder are doing, how they're rebuilding a franchise. That is the right way to go about it. They got lucky with getting Wemby. They got lucky by getting Wemby. It was pretty much over. They needed a big guy, kind of like what they did back in the day with Robinson and Duncan, so on and so forth. So history repeats itself coming from the San Antonio Spurs. So it's that. I don't know if you guys heard this, but Cooper Flag dropped 42 points. That's a rookie record. That's a rookie record. And as an 18-year-old, 18-year-old, that is crazy.
He's going to start to make it really hard to have anybody else up there in Rookie of the Year with him if he keeps it up.
Yeah. Like, he was always playing in Dallas. That's the only city he's played in. People know who he is. He already got the recognition from the NBA. So look out. The Mavericks just got to get healthy and stay healthy. They got Cooper Flag. They got, Anthony Davis. Whenever Kyrie Irving comes back, Clay is done at this point. Clay is never coming back.
That's one they can move and maybe get a more valuable piece.
Yeah.
Trade him back to the Warriors and get Buddy Hield. Maybe Buddy can be good at another team.
But here's the thing with Cooper Flag and with the Dallas Mavericks. They had him as the point guard. They had him as a point guard for him in the development. But in my opinion, that did not work. That was never his
they also
point guard.
To credit them, they didn't keep doing that. When they saw it wasn't working, they stopped. But they did try it at first, which sometimes you throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah. Who cares about him? Eventually, they'll burn the flag. But I'm bummed. Clay isn't hurt. He's just not playing.
He's not
well.
hurt.
He's not hurt. He's just playing terrible.
He's sorry, but he's straight up garbage anymore. And I like.
If there's a player that needs to retire, it's Clay.
I disagree. I still think if he goes to a different team, he's one of those guys who could be valuable. He just doesn't work in Dallas for some reason.
Nobody ever works in Dallas.
You get Clay on the right team. He's more rejuvenated, maybe. Maybe he doesn't like it there. I don't know. It's hard to explain because with that much talent, like I said a couple weeks ago, it's starting to make it look like that was Steph mostly that made him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't want that to happen. I think Clay's a great player. He's got to prove he can do it without Steph somewhere.
The thing with Clay, I think you said it before, Steph made Clay. Pretty much.
Yeah, I said it right now.
I know. My mind just went off.
But I don't want that for Klay Thompson. I think he's better than that, but that's what it makes. That's what the visual you get right now is, he went to this team and he sucked because he didn't have Steph no more, which that's not totally the case, but maybe there's something in Dallas that's not working for him. Who's to say he goes somewhere else and he can't? Look, who's to say he can't go to the Nets when Porter leaves and do what Porter's doing? You know what I'm saying? Like he could go there and be 20 and 10 every game.
Another thing is that if the Mavericks had their complete roster, like with Kyrie, Davis, Live, whatever you want, we would have a different
Oh,
conversation.
boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Everyone deals with injuries.
I,
Boo-hoo.
I'm just saying we would have a different
Look,
conversation.
I'm not feeling bad for any team for injuries. I don't want injuries. I hate them, but as much as the Sixers have dealt with them, how can we feel bad about other teams dealing with them?
I got kind of a hot take. I'm not what is that word? I'm not yelling at you, Iverson. I'm just saying this in general. I'm getting tired of people saying the Lakers for each player getting for trade. I'm getting tired of it.
Well, that
Like,
comes along with our little buddy here. You want to play with me? Want to play with me? Want to play with me? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everyone wants to play with me. Want to play with me?
I know, but
Oh.
it's just like it's so annoying.
I mean, actually, I think Clay to LA would be a good place for him to go.
It
They already
would.
had
That's the
shooters.
thing. It would.
He can come off the bench. You don't have to rely on him, but he can definitely make up for when those guys aren't out there sometimes. I don't know. But yeah, I know it's the same thing as in baseball. Whenever there's a big name, it's he's going to the Yankees. He's going to the Dodgers.
Same thing with the not really with football.
It used
Really.
to be old great players would go to the Raiders all the time. Jerry Rice and like
Why
once
the
you get-
Raiders?
It was because that's where the old people would go when they got older. The great ones, once they got old, they went to the Raiders.
Really?
Yeah, for a while there.
I
there was-
never knew that. I
Maybe
honestly never knew that.
in the 90s and stuff, they were getting all these like supposedly washed up older players to see if they still do it.
Yeah. And I think Philly halftime told me that Tupac was actually a fan of the Raiders back in the day. So everyone went to the Raiders because it's Tupac.
Well, NWA, Ice Cube, and all them used to wear Raiders gear all the time, so people loved
Oh, really?
Raiders. Yeah, Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Clay did almost go there. You're right about that. You're right. But can we just like LeBron? I'm telling you, once LeBron goes away, we're still gonna have that because Luka's there. Luka
only
is
thing-
there, and you're
only
still
thing
gonna have that. Oh, he'll go to Lakers.
I see. The only thing I see, and you know how much I'm critical of LeBron, is see him going back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
If they can work it out, go back and play with that team right now. It's hard to say that might not be the bump they need to go over the top and do something in the playoffs. I mean,
And
he's
we're
old, but
still-
he's still LeBron.
We're still talking about LeBron on where he should go at 40 years old.
He's still great. I mean, I'll knock his attitude and the bullshit, like how he manhandled a ref the other night and got no call, no
I
suspension.
didn't see that.
No, he grabbed the damn ref and pulled him over and kind of bumped into him. And I was like,
Wait,
and all
what?
the captions everywhere were, what other player can grab a referee by their arm and pull him over and not get a technical or suspended, which is actually in the rule book. Suspension is what you get when you touch a ref.
That is crazy. Like, I didn't even hear this.
And I mean, it was to get his attention. It wasn't like out of violence or anything, but still, you don't just grab the ref by their arm and yank him towards you.
The hell? Like, what? This is why I'm getting more mad at LeBron by each minute.
And that's what I mean. It taints him to me because you keep hearing this other bullshit when he is arguably one of the best of all time to ever pick up a basketball. But then you got to hear this bullshit all the time. See him peeking on the floor, faking this and doing that and flailing around and jumping like a baby, crying about a call. It's like he doesn't need to do any of that. None of it.
Yeah. Ugh. I'm
He
just
comes
saying.
out and plays like Miami Heat LeBron against the Sixers not long ago.
Oh my God.
So I mean, he still has it. I'm not knocking his ability at all. I never would. I mean, he's an anomaly. He's still doing it, and that's why people still say when big names are bounced around, everyone wants to play with him. Like every year we hear, "Oh, Steph's going to or LeBron's going to Golden State or Steph's going to LA."
Yeah.
But and it looks,
Crazy.
I mean, prime time. You guys see that? You see if you see even. You see this. You see it in slow motion. It looks a lot worse. Like, yeah, you can argue the other ref didn't see him do it, but the ref who got grabbed knew he got grabbed by LeBron.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. The more I hear about LeBron, it's just like, it's crazy. It is honestly crazy. I was reacting to this video You guys might know him by Cash Nasty. He was like, my goat creates opportunities, your goat misses. I'm like, are we really doing this right now? I mean, like, there's times Jordan created spot for Kerr for the bucket. Like, come on. Getting tired of LeBron
Michael
James
Jordan made
fanboys.
Bill Wennington look good.
Wait, who was that? Wennington?
Exactly. Bill Wennington. He made Bill Wennington game winner in postseason because Mike was that good. Bill fucking Wennington. Coach, tell him about Bill Wennington and his final shot because everyone converged onto Mike and he shoots it underneath and there's a wide open layup for Bill fucking Wennington. Game winner. Game. I'll never forget it.
Oh my God! What
You know,
the hell?
I could dispel that argument in one word: Wennington.
How come I never
Bill
heard of
Wennington
that?
wasn't a bum, but he was just the big dude. I mean, when they had Mike, not that I'm comparing anybody to Mike, but they didn't need like the best center in the world. I mean, they had Bill Cartwright, who was past his prime. They grabbed people like Luke Longley and stuff like that, which they played coach at the center sometimes back in the day. But to say that, no, Bill Wennington.
How come I never heard of this guy's name before?
Look him up. Look him up and share the screen so everybody can see what Bill Wennington looks like.
Wellington or Wennington?
Wennington. He looks like a big lumberjack.
All right, hold on.
Bulls. Bill Bulls. Bill Wennington. And Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr as well. That's what Mitch was alluding to, the Steve Kerr one. But I'm like, even better, Bill fucking Wennington.
Yeah.
You need me to look him up for you?
No, I got it. It's right here. That's him, guys.
Bill Wennington, right? Game winner, postseason. Bring it on. I think it was a postseason. There, Bill Wennington.
I gotta look up his stats
St.
here.
John's played with Mullen and the Johnnies against Ewing and Cycling and those guys.
So this is his career.
William Percy.
Holy crap. He averaged 5 points, 3 boards, 1 assist, shooting 47% from the field, 14% from 3. Oh my Lord. I never heard of Bill Wellington in my life. What was that, coach? St. John's? Oh, wow. Damn.
There it is.
You learn something new every day, I guess. Ah, damn. He made him look good. And speaking of not needing big-time centers, Golden State. Look at that. They had, my God, James Wiseman. They had all these big guys with like no names.
I know KD was a power forward, but arguably he was kind of their center for a while.
He was kind of like their center. Yeah. You remember Brad Miller was on the Warriors too for a bit, I think. And then you had Andrew Bogut. Like, yeah, you need big time players to make big time plays and make other players look good. So he was a classic garbage man.
I'm not saying he was trash by any means. I'm just saying I remember that pass underneath when everyone jumped up with Mike and he finds a wide open Bill Wennington for the game winner.
Oh my living God. That is just hilarious.
You elevate anybody into game winner status when you're Mike Jordan.
Oh my God. Yep. All right, guys, let's get into our predictions for tonight. There's only 2 games.
We got to show a couple maxi cards I got. There's only 100 of these out there.
Only 100?
One out of 100, one out of 99.
Okay.
Immaculate. And then this one I was trying to get for a while. There's 150 of them. It's a especially blue variant. So it kind of matches the team. So those are 2. There's only 150 of those. Those are 2 of the ones that I like the best. This one, there's 225 of these. It's not a rookie or nothing. The other ones are nicer. But I've been still collecting my boy Maxi. Marketing as well. And a couple MPJs. All right, get me off full screen. What are you doing?
I don't know. Thought you wanted to go full screen for that.
I'm about to give you the middle finger.
Damn. Yep, here you go. We got Pachulia, Looney.
Festus.
Damn.
Jeez, James Wiseman.
All right, guys, the predictions for 2 games. Cavs, Bulls, Cavs. I'm going Cavs. Memphis, Timberwolves, Timberwolves.
All right, there we are. There's our picks for tonight. See you next week. Bye. Hey, did you see my post I sent you that your NFX song got me copyright?
What the? Hold on. Something.
Yeah, what just happened?
No, you're good.
It was a pop-up. You get the same pop-up.
Yeah, because of I'll explain it
Yeah.
after. Yeah, we got to change that plan
No,
back.
the Fight Back song, NFX. I got copyright for it.
You got copyright claimed.
Yeah, claim, but still,
Yeah,
it's not copyright.
I get that
Someone
too.
else used it. Someone else used it and claimed it as their own. It didn't even.
That's
come back
what I
as-
was trying to understand.
Yeah, it didn't come back as an FX. It came back from somebody else who used it and had to have claimed it as their own to get it to hit the copyright.
I can't stand that song anymore because it's just drilled into my brain.
Yeah,
I don't even
Brian
have it
LG,
on
you're
Steam
getting-
there
you're getting
anymore.
A new theme song, Brian LG. I'm not getting no more copy. I don't care if it's just a claim.
Oh yeah, someone had it for their entrance.
Yeah.
Damn. Sick. Yep. All right, guys. So there you have it. A great episode of the Pick and Roll. I'm sure Rios will be back next week. So, yep. Like Blaze. Great show, man. Great show.
Yeah, I got 2 new headsets
Why'd you get more?
because mine broke during a live stream.
No.
I ordered this Logitech one, which was just came in yesterday, but I
Yeah.
went to GameStop because I went and grabbed some groceries and stuff, and there's a GameStop there. So I got this Turtle Beach one in the meantime. I tested this one out and it works good. We're gonna test this one out tonight and see what happens. I figured I'd have a backup just in case that happens again.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Maxie's the next D Wade.
It could be better than Dwayne Wade.
Hopefully. On the side, check out the center. Yep. Damn. All right, guys. We'll catch you all later. Like, share, subscribe. We'll be on the network next week, hopefully.
Champs, baby, we the champs. Go Knickerbockers. We are the champs. Go Knicks.
Nice.
Go Knicks. Go, go, go.
All right. See you guys.